Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Today I will be talking about how being hairy is feminine. This subject is very personal to me because it tells of my journey as a hairy female in a society that is seemingly pro non-hairy women. So yeah, I'll just get right into it, where it all began. So I first became aware of the fact that I am hairy, I think when I was in 5th grade. I was at a co-ed school at the time, and I remember this day when the boys in my class were really excited about the fact that they were developing sideburns. And one of my friends pointed it out to me that I had sideburns. And one thing I noticed was none of my female friends had sideburns, only the boys. And so it was at that point when I became very self-conscious of the fact that I didn't look like my fellow female friends. I had something that they didn't have, and that was something that the boys identified with. And around the same time, somebody really close to me would tease me about my being hairy in a rather extreme way. She would compare me to an ape. And this had happened over years. And what I hadn't realized was that that was something that was getting ingrained in my mind, and it influenced my self-image. I really began to believe that I looked like an ape, such that when guys would approach me, I would end up asking them, like, you do see that I'm hairy, right? You do see that. So why would you approach me when there are females out there who don't look like me? But they would say, I don't care that you're hairy, that doesn't really bother me at all. But I never really believed them. Because if somebody so close to me would say that to me, what are the chances that somebody I'm not even related to outside my circle would look at me any different? And to add on to that, the series and the movies that I watched never really made me feel any better. They just reminded me and taught me that society did not approve of the way I looked as a female. I remember watching shows where guys would tease their wives about being hairy and how they're not shaving their legs, and look at them with disgust. And that just made me feel more insecure about myself. I was often tempted to shave my arms and legs, but whenever I would feel so guilty, because I would be asking myself, why am I doing this? God created me like this. But at the same time, I'd be looking at other females who didn't look like me, and I was asking God, why did you make me different? Why did you make me look like an ape when my other female friends never looked like me? Why would you make me like this? I never understood why, and at the time I wasn't even aware that there were other females there who shaved their arms and legs. I just thought I was the odd one out. So I came across this verse, Ephesians 4 verse 23, and it says, let the Spirit change your way of thinking. I prayed over that verse, and I remember asking God why I should conform to a standard that just goes against the way I look. You made me like this, so why should I not embrace that? Why shouldn't I be proud of that? Why should I change myself to suit what people say I should look like? Shortly after that, my eyes were opened to the concept of social constructs. Now, by definition, a social construct is an idea that is created and accepted by people in a society. And two very common social constructs that I would like to give an example of that really related to my situation are femininity and masculinity. An example of a social construct under masculinity is that armpit hair growth is masculine. Now, for me, whether female, male, I understand that a good number of feminists today are growing their armpit hair, and are pro that. I see posts on Instagram about that, and I don't judge them for doing that, not at all. But for me, whether grown by males or females, I tend to relate armpit hair to sweat and bad odor. So if I see a guy with his armpit hair, that's just a turn off for me because I'm thinking bad odor. But I've encountered females who like that in a guy. At the same time, I've encountered females who think like me and don't like that at all. And here's the takeaway. A social construct is just an idea. If anything, it doesn't even represent what everybody feels or thinks or even looks like. And that's something that I didn't know when I watched those movies and saw those ads and listened to what people said about me. I didn't know that, this isn't representative of everybody. And not everybody looks that way. So even for the guys who told me that they liked the way I look, I couldn't accept that because I didn't know that there are people who genuinely like and accept that. I just didn't know that. And here's the thing. You shouldn't have to conform to a standard that goes against the way God created you. Embrace that. God chose to make you like that, and He saw beauty in it. Don't ever feel like you are less feminine by being hairy. You are beautiful the way you are. Another thing, I know I mentioned the guys in my life that have told me that they like the way I looked like that, but even as you think about your appearance and starting to embrace the fact that you're hairy, do not do it because you're thinking of a guy, or whether or not you choose to shave or you don't choose to shave. That should be a decision you make, not because a guy is telling you or you're doing it for some guy. No, do it for you. That's something that I got to do, and let me tell you, it is liberating. So whether I choose to shave my legs or whatever, that's my choice. Whether I choose to grow my leg hair or whatever, that's up to me. And whoever I am with, they like me with or without it. You shouldn't have to change yourself, your body, for anybody. Embrace who you are. I cannot say this enough. Embrace the way God created you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Do not conform to the standards of this world. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Please share this video out. I hope you have a blessed day. Many blessings. And I love you all.